What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Redcat Live. So sorry for the technical difficulties. As you may have it, when we're ready to actually hit that button, our graphics card needed to be updated.
Yep.
So,
came out yesterday.
Yep. So a new update just dropped last night, and unfortunately we had to wait for it to finish up. But thank you guys for being patient. Thank you guys for joining in the chat. We do apologize for the delay, but let's get right into it because there's a lot of you guys that are here for a specific reason. Before we get into it, though, I'm going to preface this by talking a little bit about something that we have to thank all of you guys for, especially all of you guys that were a part of this right here, the Ascent 18. When we launched the Ascent 18, we ordered enough units to what we thought would be enough to last us through June. Fortunately, thankfully, to all of you guys for supporting this product and loving it and enjoying it and buying it, we're running out. The graphite version is sold out. The red and the blues are almost gone as well, and they should be gone, who knows, in to a point where you may want to seek urgency on getting one if you actually want to buy one, because we're not going to have any more Ascent 18s in stock until come June. So keep that in mind. Thank you guys. Thank you all for just helping us with what has to be probably hands down the biggest and most successful launches that Redcat has ever seen. And who knew that it was going to be something this size? You know, like that's so cool. And you had a lot to do with this too.
Oh, yeah.
You weren't able to be here for the launch because you were like me. You were sick.
Extremely sick, yeah.
Right? And you were fighting the flu like me. And of course, we found ourselves in a situation where I had to kind of just wing it. And but folks loved it. And it's kind of cool for you to see your baby out and about in people's hands and enjoying it. So I'm sure you have something you want to tell the folks. No? No thanks? Nothing?
Yeah.
No?
Thank you.
All right.
We were kind of overwhelmed by the response, but you know, thanks for buying it.
Right. It's a great time. Honestly, it's just an awesome time to be involved in the hobby. So to be here and to have a product like that is literally selling out within weeks of its launch is amazing. So thank you guys, really, from all of our hearts and all of us here. We really appreciate all of the support. So, all right, getting right back into it, guys. Listen, we're going to address the elephant in the room, right? We know that there's been a lot of talk about something that was leaked and people that saw some stuff show up on RC Car Action magazine. Listen, the reality is that we preface this by starting our launches and sharing our content with people like RC Car Action 2 months in advance. The original plan was to launch the Ascent 18. This next product that we're going to share with you guys was supposed to launch right after that. And then after that, we're supposed to launch the
Vigilante.
Right. So unfortunately, due to sometimes the way things happen and the way the cookie crumbles, shipping containers being delayed, we ended up with the situation where we ended up having the, Vigilante arrive before this next product. So because of that, we leaked our own product. We knew that there was going to be a great possibility that was going to happen, and we were okay with that because all of you guys have been amazing in this and have been kind of following off and on the last couple of weeks where we've been dropping new hints and dropping new things, and we hope that you guys have been enjoying it as a whole. So, we hope that you guys enjoy this next one. We're not going to really drag it on too far because we want to get right into it. So here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, the newest addition to the Redcat family. What is it, Shane?
The Ascent Fusion.
There you guys have it, the Ascent Fusion. Now, what the heck is an Ascent Fusion, Shane?
So it's basically an upgraded Ascent with a Fusion RTR motor ESC combo.
Why is that beneficial?
It's probably the smoothest motor ESC setup you can get on the market without spending, you know, $400 or $500.
Right.
So
people, bought an Ascent, man, and they want to know what's the difference between a regular Ascent and what we have here.
I've got a big list. Pop the truck up here. So the main things is it has a Fusion RTR out of the box. It's a little different than the Pro and the SE, but
I love the color, man. I love that you guys went with black with the red stripe on this.
just a little different.
Okay, so a lot of similarities when I see an Ascent to an Ascent Fusion, but there's a lot of things that I don't recognize.
Yeah, so the biggest thing is it's carbon frame rails. They're 3 millimeters thick. It's all the same geometry as the stock Ascent. There's a couple differences. We did chop the rear of the frame rail off. Basically where it goes down, it now goes straight. Since we're not running a bed on this one, you really don't need it. Let's see, there's a couple more things.
I see we're still rocking the torque spec servo, right?
Yep.
From
Still a torque spec.
the Hexfly, which at 7.4 hits you with 35 kg.
Yep, 35 kg.
Which is plenty in my opinion. Tell us a little bit about the suspension. What's the difference between this suspension and what we've seen on the Ascent?
So there's a couple things. So the Ascent comes with an internal spring front and rear. We actually took them out of the rear and kept the same external springs. And then in the front, we kept the internal spring in the front, but we went with a softer spring. If you guys are familiar with the common like pink and red springs that people swap out, it's right in between there. So it's quite a bit softer than our stock spring in the front.
Nice, nice. I see there's a lot of red accents as well all over it, but I also see that there's something a little different about this front diff cover.
Yeah, do you want to pop this camera?
let's turn this other camera up and let's show them the other one.
So with this, we've seen a lot of people using like a big bent link on their front end. But with this new diff cover, it's machined. So you can get way more steering out of it. Let's see if this is a better way to show it off. So you can still have like a straight link.
Which is nice because now you can have that steering link nice and tucked up so it's not out there as far as normally, right?
Yeah.
Some of the things that I see here, I see you have the red accents all over. I see some bracing that you guys included that doesn't come on the Ascent.
Yep.
And I see I see a lot of things on this thing. I see bumpers that I'm not used to seeing. So let me preface by saying that this, hands down, from the looks of it, looks like a lot of similarities to the Ascent, regular Ascent, but totally different at the same time. Like there's a lot of great stuff that I'm actually just in awe with at the moment. So I love the bumpers. I love that you guys did something different with the bumpers there. What are those made of?
So they're 3 millimeter steel. So they have a little winch spot if you want a fair lead. The front's the same. So it gives you way more departure and approach angles. So
What are we talking about for motor size?
it's a it's a Hobby Fusion RTR. It's the same size as like the SE. It is an 1800 kV. We'll go through here. Actually got a whole list here. So the motor ESC, it's a 540, so
Right,
same
so-
size as the Fusion SE.
Right, to give you guys some specs, some difference and comparisons between the Ascent and the Ascent Fusion as to what you guys get that's different between the two, is we're talking about, the Ascent coming with the brush 550 can motor compared to the Hobby Wing Fusion RTR brushless 1800 kV system. It is a 540 can on it as well. It is a 2-in-1 Falk technology with an XT60 connector on the motor itself, which for a lot of you guys out there, you guys are going to love that as well. Chassis, where you got 3 millimeter steel compared to
3 millimeter carbon fiber.
nice. What about what you got for shock towers?
3 millimeter carbon fiber compared to 3 millimeter aluminum.
Nice, nice. And these actually give you a little bit more easier access to the motor?
Yeah, so we did cut off an extra brace on the motor mount. It wasn't super necessary on the Ascent, but it's still possible to bend them. So with the carbon, it's a little stiffer. We're able to remove those. So if you want to change your pinion out, it's a lot easier to swap out the motor now.
Nice.
So we'll get to there.
Motor mount. Originally was a 3mm aluminum.
Yep. And we switched it to 3mm carbon, but we also lowered it 6mm.
What is that going to do for folks to bring it down a little bit lower?
Just basically better everything, better vertical side hilling.
A little lower center of gravity, I'm assuming? Yep. Nice. What are we talking about? The outer portal covers. Originals were molded plastic, but this is the sneaky Pete here.
Yeah, so this is kind of one of the bigger things. We've got an extra chassis sitting here. Let's see if we can switch. So these actually come with brass outer portal covers out of the box. They've got the nice little machined edge there. They're 50, let's see. They're 46 grams.
So 46 grams each added to the front lower section of the axles themselves.
Yep.
Nice. And then what else we got? We got bumpers. We know that the bumpers are 3mm steel with fair lead mounting locations, which is a nice touch. Front and rear shocks looks like the fronts no longer have the inner spring like you mentioned. And they have the soft outer spring, correct?
Yeah, the front still have the inner spring to help with verticals.
Okay.
But
nice. And then wheels and tires. Originally, the Ascent came with glue-on wheels and tires.
Yeah, so these actually come with bead locks now. If you take a close look, it's the same wheels from our Axe Edition on the Gen 8. We went through a couple different wheel sets, and with all the black and red, it ended up looking pretty good. So that's what we went with. Because a lot of people actually, for most brands, people throw the tires away immediately. On the Ascent, we actually had a ton of people trying to save the stock tire. So now it's a bead lock, so it's a lot easier to put extra weight in there, swap like the actual wheel.
Sure.
So keep the stock tires.
I love it, man. I love it. And then obviously with the links, they were a natural finish steel link before, but now you guys went with black anodized to kind of keep that same rhythm of look.
Yeah, kind of just stylizing it a little bit more. It's funny because I've been running this truck in Phoenix for, I don't know, 6 months, just as it is, just without the Fusion stickers.
Right.
And everyone's like, hey, where'd you get that chassis? Where'd you get the washers? Where'd you get all this stuff? And, I was just like, oh, Amazon, not like, hey, it's a full production truck.
So you're trying to be sneaky about it.
Yeah.
I like it. Underdrive gear. The stock Ascent came with 0, but with an option for 10 and 20% inside of the actual box. What does this bad boy come in at out of the box?
So this one, it still comes with the 0 and the 10%, but it's 20% out of the box.
Installed.
So, yep, installed.
Okay.
So if you're going to take this out and run it with some buddies and you want to put the 20% in immediately, it's already there.
Right.
So you don't have to take it apart.
Battery mounting location, that's changed as well.
Yep. So originally we had side-mounted battery positions available on the original Ascent, and then you could put it up front too if you move the ESC. We actually removed the rear brace. It comes in the box, but we removed the rear brace, and we're kind of telling you to put it on the side or put it in the front. The nice thing with that is, do you want to switch cameras really quick?
Sure.
So we actually, I don't know how the best way to do this is going to be. So you can see there's a little brace now up front. This is going to be super easy. So we added a little brace here. There we go. There's a little brace, so if you're mounting your battery on this front piece, you don't need like an extra little standoff. It'll just hold the battery from falling back in your spur gear.
Nice. I'm glad you guys thought about that. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's a pretty looking chassis, bro.
Here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is real carbon fiber.
Nice. All right. So back to it. So weight bias with battery. Before we were sitting at a 56 front to a 44 rear split, which we consider the trail setup. And that was testing it with the 3S 36 100 milliamp hour battery pack. Now you guys are have this bad boy sitting at a 60-40 split, which is more of a crawling setup that you guys call it, and that's using a 3S 1050 milliamp hour pack that sits on the left skid. And then dry weight, we were sitting originally at 2,444.9 grams, which is about 5 pounds 6 ounces, and now you guys are sitting at 2,417 grams, which is about 5 pounds 2.5 ounces. So it's changed quite a bit overall.
Yeah. And the weight actually does seem kind of close, but with the carbon, it took off quite a lot of weight, and we switched to these machined aluminum spacers instead of the plastic. But the brass weights up front added a lot more weight. So if they look close, that's why there's brass out of the box.
Absolutely. So, one of the key factors, guys, that, when it comes to the Ascent, primarily the Ascent was its price point, right? Getting people involved in the hobby for a very decent price point. So, of course, when you look at all of the things that are now included in the Ascent Fusion Edition, from the Fusion ESC 2-in-1 combo to the carbon fiber rails, the brass outers on the front, as well as just all the accents that come with it, including the B-lock wheels, this bad boy is now coming in at what, $399?
Yep, $399.
So, what does the Ascent go for at this point?
I believe it's $299.
$299 and $289, right?
Yep.
So $299 and $289 was the original price of the Ascent, and we're talking $100 more is giving you quite a bit more punch for your money, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're getting a Fusion RTR, you're getting carbon fiber rails, getting bead locks, getting just a cool look in general. You're getting brass portal covers out of the box.
Right now, this is going to this is going to really bring out a question: is, well, who is this really intended for? If the Ascent already exists, why do this, right? And one of the key factors is, guys, is that a lot of you guys, we noticed right out of the bat when you guys bought the Ascent, is that you guys immediately took off the ESC and motor combo, ran your own electronics, and started doing a lot of things to make it more drivable for the way you drive and more enjoyable, right? Because that's what we do at the end of the day when we get involved in the RC hobby. Find out what hop-ups are available, and you want to upgrade as you go. Well, there's a lot of folks out there that don't have the experience, like a lot of you amazing veterans out there in the hobby, that may be okay spending that extra $100 for something that is already including a lot of those things that you guys are doing to the Ascent out of the box. And still, even then, giving you a lot of availability as far as upgrading as you go, because we're proud to see a lot of the aftermarket starting to take, especially with the Ascent 18, the Ascent Everest Ascent, and now the Ascent Fusion. There's a lot of things that are going to be interchangeable when it comes to the parts and the hop-ups that are included. So a lot of the things that are now included in the Fusion itself are available on our website, and those things are going to be available for those folks that want to put those on the regular Ascent as well, right?
Yeah, so since we kept a lot of the stock bolt holes, we really only added a couple and then shaved the rear off. So if you have a stock Ascent, you can just buy the spare part rails. They're listed as a hop-up on the website if you search with the regular Ascent. And you can just slap them on and you're good to go.
And in fact, here, I'll show you guys. I actually have that up right now, where I'll show you guys how to find it. If you go out to our website and you go to parts and accessories, you can scroll down to Ascent Fusion or the regular Ascent, click on it, scroll down and click hop-ups. Here are all of the parts that come included, right? From the aluminum servo horn to the black anodized links, the spacers as well, the beadlock wheels and tires as a set. You also have 10-tooth pinion gear, carbon fiber shock towers if you guys wanted to upgrade. The carbon fiber motor plate. Now, is that changeable to the regular Ascent as well?
Yep. Yeah, everything on the Fusion will bolt right up to the regular Ascent.
And let's say that you guys wanted to swap out the rails because you guys wanted carbon fiber rails as opposed to the 3mm steel rails because you guys wanted to maybe put your Ascent on a diet. Those are also available on our website for $37.99, as well as all.
deal.
Yeah, super deal, absolutely. As well as those 3mm countersunk washers, right? The red ones are also available as well.
So over to the right, go up one. So a lot of you guys have been asking how to mount the body once you go cab only. This is kind of a design we made right before the Ascent came out, and we were actually able to throw it on the Fusion. So if you're running a cab only Ascent and running some weird mount in the rear, you just take these, thread them into the upper lower mount depending on where the holes, depending on where you want to put them, and then just throw a body clip in, you're good to go.
Dude, that's a great idea. I love it. All right, and then what else do we have down here? I saw we had the diff covers are available as well, and these are the redesigned diff covers that allow you to run a straight steering link.
Yeah, so the original diff covers on the Ascent are cast, so they have to be a certain thickness throughout. These are machined, so we're able to get really thin near the rain gear, and you can bring the steering link way farther over.
Right,
and another like 3 degrees, I believe.
And obviously the portal covers as well
Yep.
are available. 56 grams, if I'm not mistaken, on these. 52 grams.
52 grams, yeah.
So those are available on our website for you to upgrade your regular Ascent as well if you'd like to. And then there's a few more things on here as well that I'm noticing. The shocks, obviously the steel bumpers, if you wanted to get away from the plastic bumpers that the Ascent came with and you wanted to upgrade, those are available as well. And what do we have here? Portal outers. These are chunky, bro.
So along with the Fusion, we're actually coming out with a bunch of Ascent-based parts that'll fit on both the stock Ascent and the Fusion. This is one of them. So the Fusion comes with a smaller brass portal box, and then there's these chunky portal boxes. So if you want a lot of weight, it might be too much for some people, depending on your setup.
So this is definitely for the brass-aholics.
Yeah, that's the good word for it.
The brass apocalypse. All right.
But yeah, and they're pretty reasonably priced.
Right, and then you also, well, wait a second, there's a brass diff cover too?
Yep, so same diff cover that comes on the Fusion. If you want it in brass, basically painted black, and then we did a little machining around the edge.
Right, and some of these brass parts, guys, we don't have weights on them yet, but please bear with us. We should have weights up within the next 24 hours on the website for some of those that already exist. So, ooh, that's me. Hey, it's like reverb. How do I shut that off? Here we go. So there it is, guys, the Ascent Fusion, something that we're really excited to bring out to you guys. For a lot of you guys, it might be the deal breaker as to what you've been waiting for. Tell us a little bit about the motor. You have it sitting over there.
So this is.
I know you wanted to touch base on that to tell some folks a little bit of specs about it as well.
Do you want to switch cameras? Okay, so let's see if this is upside down or not. So this isn't a Fusion SE or a Fusion Pro. This is a Fusion RTR. So you'll notice it is programmable if you get the Hobbywing brushless programming box. But there's a couple little things that are different. The big thing is you can't change the BEC rating.
So it is set to a default setting.
Set.
And what is that setting?
7.4.
Which is great.
Yeah.
I mean,
so usually
most servos to get the most out of them, you're going to want to have 7.4.
Yeah. So usually on like the SE, it's 6.0 or 7.4. But on this one, just to kind of cut down in price, they took the adjustability of that off. But we'd rather have 7.4, so we had them hardwired in.
Nice.
So.
Nice. I love it, man. So I know you've been using this for a while. You've been kind of breaking it in and having a good time with it. A lot of differences that you can tell right off the bat compared to the Ascent, the way it performs. I noticed that when we filmed it, articulation came back.
Yeah.
Right?
So since originally when we came out with the Ascent, like around here, you really don't need a lot of articulation. It's a bunch of flat rocks with sandpaper, basically for texture. But a lot of the guys on the East Coast, and if you're doing some more like river riprap stuff like that, articulation, you kind of want a little more. So with this, you're getting basically a full tire, maybe like 3/4, 5/8-ish. But you're getting a lot more. So it'll probably work for more areas than, our specific one.
Right. So, guys, with that said, the Ascent Fusion is now available on our website. And thanks to a lot of our awesome dealers, we've been able to get a lot of these already out to the dealers. So if you do want one, you may want to check with your local dealer. As I've been mentioning the last couple of weeks, it's important to support the brick and mortars because they're the ones that kind of keep the hobby alive for a lot of us. And a lot of the places are kind of our first go-to spot that we got our first addiction into RC in general. So please make sure you check in with your local dealers. They do have them. If they are a authorized dealer of Redcat. And if they don't, you can always shop with us, as always, on our website. Coming from Phoenix, if you're ordering to the West Coast, usually takes about 2 to 3 business days to get a product from us. On the West Coast, you might be looking somewhere closer to 4, sometimes even 5 days, depending on the day that you order and if there's a weekend involved, right? So definitely keep that in mind. What else do you got for us to show us on this bad boy, Shane?
So there's a couple other things in the box. You're going to get a bag like this. This actually comes with all the plastic that we removed from the regular Ascent. So let's say you want to run a bed and the no bed thing's not for you. You could just buy up a clear body and then you already have the plastic parts. So, because the machine parts kind of get in the way of the bed because we have a pretty significant drop bed on it. So if you want to run the plastic parts and a bed, then you can grab a clear body and you're good to go.
Perfect.
So this also comes with a battery tray. So if you do want to run a larger stick pack, you can just throw the battery tray in there and you're good to go.
Dude.
So
awesome, guys. There it is. So make sure you guys check it out.
Still a couple more things.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So there's actually a lot of
up?
people have been asking about panhard mounts.
What you got there? Show them panhard mount.
So it's in the bag, so it might have some.
You can see it. Yep.
To it.
So this is something that people have been bugging and asking about for the regular Ascent, right?
Yeah. So we're hoping these were going to come in a little earlier, but they ended up just coming in with the Fusions. So we've got the red and bronze that match like the Ascent 18. It matches the red on the Fusion. And they're $8.99.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Can't beat that.
So
nice little upgrade for the Ascent in your use.
then you've got the motor mounts. These are little side plates that you bolt your motor onto. Got those in red and bronze as well. So yeah.
Awesome. So there it is, guys. So now you guys know, if you have an Ascent already, there are some options on our website for hop-ups. I know a lot of folks have been asking, when are you guys going to have hop-ups for the Ascent? Well, what we have is available now on our website for you guys to be able to order right away. If you are a dealer, we sent out quite a bit of emails to almost every single dealer out there, so you may want to check your emails if you unfortunately didn't get any information on it. But yes, there are quite a bit of people that also already have the Ascent Fusion in their hand, and their videos actually went live about 10 minutes ago as well. So keep an eye out on YouTube, and one of your favorite influencers might have a video that's out and about and published for you to be able to see a little bit of a different perspective on the Ascent Fusion as well. So I'm gonna leave you guys, let you guys see this video one more time. You guys can see it in action. The 20% overdrive, there's a section in the video where it's coming down a little hill. You can actually see it eating a little bit there. What you got there?
It's just it's the same radio that comes with the regular Ascent. So it's nice 4-channel. You can put a winch on it if you want right away. So
there you go. So there you have it, guys. Check out this quick video, then we'll come right back to you. All right, guys, there it is, man. So I'm excited. You know, like I said, to see the progression come from the Ascent, and a lot of the folks now for an extra $100 at $399 be able to have all these extra amenities to them. You know, yes, it's unprogrammable of the motor ESC combo on the BEC output, but at 7.4, it really makes sure that the Hexfly torque spec servo is doing exactly what it needs to do.
Yeah, and you can still adjust quite a bit of stuff on it. You can change your drag brake rate, your drag brake. Out of the box, they're set pretty high, but if you want more, you can just bump it up.
Right.
So it drives really good as it is adjusted out of the box. Like I've been driving this for legitimately probably 6 months now, I think. And everyone seems to be pretty impressed with it. So.
Right. Casey Brake said, which ESC and motor? This is the Ascent, sorry, has the Fusion RTR version, which Shane has right there in his hand. I'll give him another quick close-up here for you. There you go, Shane. So this is a RTR version that Hobby Wing made specifically for us to utilize on this product. So 1800 kilovolt brushless setup,
kV.
very smooth in my opinion. Something that definitely packs a good punch, but has good controllability on low speed, and has a little bit of extra wheel speed for those people that like kicking up a little bit more dust, so to speak.
Yeah, if you need to bump up a rock, it helps quite a bit.
Absolutely. So yeah, guys, so you guys know it. You guys called it. Yes, we leaked it ourselves. We knew that there was going to be a possibility that it would be leaked. It is here, the Ascent Fusion. We're happy to announce it. We've given you guys 3 back-to-back drops, and it's been the first time in months that I can finally say I can finally rest for a little tiny bit.
Till next week.
Right. Because the reality is, guys, for 3 drops, for us to pile up 3 individual drops like the Ascent 18, the Vigilante, and the Ascent Fusion, that also meant that we had about 2 or 3 months of work to do to prepare for those launches. Aside from what Shane and the rest of the team are doing in engineering to engineer the product, me myself, we have to go and film the product, and we have to create photography, photos, lifestyle photos of the product outside in the natural elements, studio photos, and then we have people working behind the scenes making the owner's manual, the box art. It's a lot of work, and like a lot of the team, we've been working, burning the candle both ends of the stick.
Speaking of which, we forgot to guess what's next.
Oh, we did forget to guess what's next. Guys, thank you, Shane, for reminding me. I wanted to be the first.
Thank you for whoever commented that.
Absolutely. I want to be the first to congratulate Mike Greenman for being the winner of the Ascent 18. I actually had an opportunity to speak to him yesterday, and he was absolutely excited as can be. So, Mike, congratulations. Your Ascent is on its way. FedEx tracking information was sent to you yesterday. We can't wait for you to have it in your hands and able to enjoy it. So thank you to everyone that participated and made this one of the biggest and funnest Guess What's Next campaigns ever. Now, we told you guys we have a lot of other things in store for the rest of the year. We have things that we're going to touch base on that we started towards the end of the year that we're going to bring into next year. There's going to be a lot of you lowrider guys that are really upset right now because we've had 3 back-to-back drops with nothing related to the RC lowrider scene. And I get it, I understand, but guys, don't go too far, because like we promised you guys, there's still a lot of things. In fact, we've been very transparent with a lot of you guys in the lowrider scene as to what we have coming out, like the 63, the Bed Dancer, the Riviera body, and some other bodies that I can't really talk about just yet, and some other things that are really cool that I really want to tell you, but I can't speak on just yet either. But the reality is that we didn't forget about you guys, because for months on end when we were dropping lowrider stuff after lowrider stuff after lowrider stuff, all you guys that are bashers and crawlers are like, dude, you guys are forgetting about us. But guys, we're not forgetting about anyone. We want to make sure that we're all inclusive in the hobby, and that inclusivity starts with the price points that we offer our products. So make sure that you guys are able to enjoy this product. The Ascent Fusion coming in at $399, just $100 more than its predecessor, the Ascent stock, the Everest Ascent, with a lot of upgrades and hop-ups that are worth way more than the $100 mark. But now you can have these upgrades in a stock out of the box format. We really hope that you guys enjoy it. We really hope that you guys enjoy the content that's being created thereof of the influencers that now have it. Their videos are live now as we speak. So make sure as soon as you finish up here, you guys can head on over there and check those out. Let me double check if there aren't any other questions. Clive Hewing wants to know, is there any more RDS hop-ups?
Currently, no.
Tom Henderson
some,
says,
but-
is a drone going to be next?
A drone's probably not going to be next. Neither is a drag car. Sorry.
Roadside RC says he votes for a taco drift truck. Can you make that happen?
Maybe. Maybe that'll be, when's April 1st?
April 1st? Yeah. So Martin Lara, what's going on, brother, man? All right, guys. Well, there you guys have it, man. That's the Ascent Fusion, now available. Check out your local Redcat retailer first. If not, definitely buy with confidence on our website. We offer complimentary shipping within the lower 48 states as on any orders over $50. With that said, let's kind of start wrapping up some of the things that happened maybe in your neck of the woods and maybe some events that might be coming up as well. So first and foremost, this last weekend was a big weekend for the OC Supershow. Huge shout out to Martin Lara for sharing some stuff with me so that I can share with you guys. Martin Lara was out and about at the OC Supershow. It's an event that Redcat sponsored. Jeffries was in the house having a good old time, signing autographs. I heard he even had some tacos with some games. He even had some dinner. He was mingling, having a good old time. Then you have folks like Masterpiece Armando Flores, who put on this whole thing with a amazing boulevard street scene. Whittier Boulevard was lit, it was live, it was awesome. 6th Street Bridge was there as well. People were tagging it up. It was just a great overall environment. Definitely something that a lot of folks that were in attendance were here to enjoy and have a good time with. So I just want to thank everyone that made it out and was able to support Armando, Jeffries, and all of the clubs that are local to the area that really made it what it really is. And seeing it grow has been amazing. The hobby in general for the RC Lower scene has been awesome. So it can't be done by just one person. It's not just one guy that made it possible to have these events and to see it grow. It's a community. It's all of you guys and all the creativity and passion that you guys put into you guys' builds, making things just go over the top. It reminds me of a lot of the amazing builds that we see with the folks that are into the scalar scene and doing great stuff with that. So here's some of the pictures of the 6th Street Boulevard, people tagging it up, some mini trucks, which we'll be getting into later on into this year as well. But huge shout out to Armando Flores, huge shout out to Glitz, Tropical Glitz, Jeffries, Delegation RC, Block Boys RC, Team Yonkes, and everyone else that was able to be a part of this amazing event. All of you guys did an amazing job. So if I did mention you guys, I do apologize. There's a lot of names going in my mind. I just want to make sure that I'm probably going to miss someone, and it's not intentional. I lose my train of thought. It's been
That's why I have a list.
It's been a long week. So, all right, guys. Now, moving on forward. Let's talk about some events coming up, some events that we've been highlighting the last couple weeks. First and foremost, we got this next event happening Sunday, April 7th. The Best of Show Magazine Redcat Lowrider Invite. This bad boy is going to happen at Merced County Fairgrounds. 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. is the roll-in time. Show time is 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Prices for general admission will be $15 per person plus $5 per RC car. If you want more information, please reach out to Chip Dog RC. That's ChipDoggRC on Instagram. All right, next up, same day, Delegation RC. Martin Lara and the rest of the crew from Delegation is going to be hosting their 3rd annual RC Show and Hop. This show is going to happen April 7th, 2024, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's going to happen at Southgate Park in Los Angeles. Price to enter is going to be $10 per car. That does include a two raffle tickets, complimentary for a prize to win. It should be a great event. Martin and the rest of the crew there put on a great event year after year. I'm really happy to see them grow, and I really am looking forward to see the content that they're able to share with it. After that, a lot of folks are going to be gearing up and heading back out to Arizona on 4/20. Why? Because it's going to be the Arizona Super Show, which, again, I feel like I repeat myself a lot with that one, but it's a different Arizona Super Show. It's a good one, too. So good, in fact, that there's going to be a RC district That's going to be hosted by Frank Gonzalez, and he put on a great show here last time at the previous Arizona Super Show. So if you are planning on coming out, make sure you bring your vehicles. There's going to be a booth set up out there, a RC Avenue set up for people to take photos and cruise on. If you want to register your vehicle to be included in this show, you're going to want to go to the website, which is the ArizonaSupershow.com, to register your vehicle directly. All right, after that, we're going to have the Valley Lowrider Annual Picnic. This event is some ways away, August 4th, 2024. The show is going to go on from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. in Harlan Block Park. And this is going to happen in Weslaco, Texas. It's a free event to everyone. I've mentioned this before. I love those events because it's all inclusive. It allows everyone to just show up and have a good time, as mentioned before. So, guys, if you have any other events happening in your neck of the woods and you want it featured on our show, event that we're sponsoring or a lowrider show that you want to highlight, please make sure to reach out to support at redcatracing.com so that we can get that information and share it with the masses. We really hope that you guys have enjoyed our show and our new latest drop, the Ascent Fusion. Thank you so much, Shane, for all of your hard work into this project and making it happen and listening to the people and making all these slight incremental adjustments that I feel are definitely worth the money.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to see what a lot of folks do with it. I commend you. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Is this one mine? Can I keep it?
No.
Damn. Well, you guys stay safe, stay blessed. We'll see you guys next week. No more drops for the near future, but we do have more drops coming later in the year, so don't go too far. If you like this show and you want to follow up on more RC Redcat related stuff, make sure that you click that subscribe button. Make sure that you're giving us those likes. We greatly appreciate it. It really helps the algorithm immensely. From all of us here at Redcat, we hope that you guys have an amazing rest of your day and the rest of the week. And we'll see you guys here next week. Same time, same channel, same ugly face. Might have taco grease stains on my shirt. I don't know. Peace out.